One day Iktomi was walking along and he was thinking, what shall I do today? And here he heard some ducks, and gee, they were loud. So he went and followed the noise, and here he came to this lake, and there was a bunch of ducks in there. They just came back. Yeah, the winter just ended, and the ducks, they just now arrived. So it's all festive. Yeah, the ducks are visiting, and they're saying, "Hey, where'd you guys go?" "Yeah, we went to Brazil." "Hey, where'd you guys go?" "We went to Costa Rica." "Wow." Hey. They're all excited like that. "We went to Hawaii. See, look at my lei." Hey. Some Hawaiian ducks are hanging in there, yeah? Oh, shoot. Anyway, so all these ducks are really having a fascinating time. And then Iktomi thought to himself, I'm getting hungry. I would like to eat a duck today, he said. So he was thinking, how can he get one of these ducks? Because he knows that if he tries to hit one, they're all going to take off, and he might not hit it, and they'll all be gone. So he's thinking, how can he get their attention and make it so they come to him? So he thinks, okay, I have a plan. So he puts a club inside this bag, and he puts it over his back, and he's walking, and he's really acting like he's having a hard time carrying that bag. So he's walking near that lake, and he's really staggering around, and then he'll fall, and oh, geez. And he'll stand back up again. He'll lean forward, lean backwards, and stagger to the right, stagger to the left, stagger backwards. And finally, the ducks saw him. And they were like, what the heck? What's wrong with that guy, they were saying. So one of them came kind of close to Iktomi, and he said, what are you doing? What do you have in your bag? They said. And Iktomi said, I can't tell you. It's a secret, he said. And I'm not supposed to tell anybody. It's a sacred thing, he said. So this really piqued the curiosity of these ducks. So they were saying, oh, come on, you can tell us. We'll keep your secret. We won't tell anybody. And so Iktomi said, I don't believe you. He said, you guys are shouting around. I was back there over the hill, and I heard all you guys saying, hey, where did you go? Hey, we went to Hawaii. Wow, see, look at my lei, you know. And some of the ducks were saying, aloha. Others were saying, hola. Not that cool. So he said, wow, you guys are really noisy. You're just telling everything. So I really can't trust you to keep my secret, he said. So the ducks are saying, oh, no. He said, we promise we'll keep your secret. Just tell us what's in the bag. So Iktomi said, I have some songs in there. So the ducks looked at each other and they're like, wonk, yeah. Then we chashaki. This man is crazy. And so Iktomi said, yeah, they're really cool songs. They're really pretty. But since you don't believe me, I'm not going to let you hear them, he said. So he started to try to walk away, but he was pretending still, really having difficulty, staggering back and forth. And this really piqued the interest, even more, of these ducks. So they start saying, we want to hear one of them songs. And they were pleading, and finally Iktomi said, okay, I can let one of these songs out, but then you have to dance, because that's what the people are supposed to do. Whenever you hear a song, you're supposed to dance. You're not supposed to just sit there and tap your feet and look up and down to the drum beat. You're supposed to dance. That's how these songs are. They're special songs. If you don't dance, the songs will not sing. So this is what Iktomi said to the ducks. So they were like, huh, okay. And then Iktomi said, but you have to close your eyes because this is a sacred thing, so you can't see it. Nobody's supposed to see it. He said, I'm going to close my eyes too. I'm going to open the bag, but I'm going to close my eyes. But you have to close your eyes too. As if you don't close your eyes, then the song is not going to come out. So they were like, okay, we promise to dance and we promise to keep our eyes closed too. Just let us hear one of them songs. So Iktomi, he's kind of a ventriloquist. So he started to sing to make it sound like there was a song trying to come out. So, like that. Like the song is trying to escape from the bag. And so the ducks really started to dance and they closed their eyes, and then Iktomi said, you have to dance even better than that before that song will come out. So boy, these ducks started to really get low. Yeah, they're really going low to the ground, and they had their wings spread really far apart, and they look straight up, and then they go really low again, and really stomping around like that, and all with their eyes closed. And so you heard this song, but sometimes in the song you heard tuk, tuk, tuk. Here one duck dared to open his eyes, and here he saw that Iktomi was singing and clubbing these ducks at the same time. So the duck said, it's a trick, it's Iktomi. He said, he's killing us. So they all opened their eyes and they saw what happened, and they all took off. But Iktomi got about 3 or 4 ducks. So he got those ducks and he went to a place. There was hills around, so he went to a little low place and he made a fire there. It was like a natural protection, like nobody from around could see you because it's low. So he went down there and he made a fire and he started to cook his ducks. And here this coyote walked by, and this coyote was like, gee, those ducks. That smells good, he said. And Iktomi said, get away from here. These are mine. He said, go on. See, this is demonstrating stinginess here at this point. And so this coyote walks away. Well, if you're the one who killed them, they probably don't taste good anyway. And the coyote walks away, but he circles back. He's watching. He's going to watch Iktomi and see what happens. And suddenly, it gets windy, and the breeze feels good, so Iktomi decides to take a nap while his ducks cook. So he lays there, and here he hears this squeaking noise. So he sits up and, gee, what's that? That's just annoying, he says. So he looks around and he starts looking up, and then he sees behind him there's 2 trees, and the wind is blowing really hard. So these trees, each tree is rubbing against the other one, and so that's what's making this noise, and that's why he can't go to sleep. So he hollers up there and he says, hey, little brothers, quit fighting, he says. I'm trying to sleep here. You're keeping me awake. So the breeze goes down. Iktomi lays back down, closes his eyes, and starts again. So Iktomi says, gee. So then he turns around. Little brothers, I don't want to say it again. Please stop fighting, he says. So then he turns around and lays down again. He's resting. His ducks are starting to smell good now. Yeah, they're getting cooked now. So then he's thinking, I'm going to eat good this evening. So then he almost falls asleep, and then these trees start again. So Iktomi opens his eyes. Oh, he says. That's like, geez, man. That's what that means. So then he goes up there and he starts shouting at the 2 trees. What's wrong with you, little brothers? Why are you always fighting? Stop fighting, he says. So then he jumps between the trees so that they don't rub against each other. Just then the wind stops. Now he's stuck. Yeah? He's stuck between these 2 trees. He's up there. Oh, gee. Oh, oh, gee. Jeez, oh, that wind smells stink, he says. It's even his own. The trees won't move, so he's stuck. And meanwhile, Coyote's watching this the whole time. And he starts to, gee, that guy's crazy. Standing up there, talking to trees, and now he threw himself between the trees. Now he's stuck. Bahaka, he says. So then Coyote walks over back to Iktomi's camp and he says, gee, somebody's cooking these ducks and now they're done and here they just took off. Wonder how come they just left that? Maybe they left it as a treat for somebody who might be hungry so that they have something to eat and they won't go to bed hungry tonight. Boy, those guys must be really friendly. Coyote said that. So Coyote was starting to eat these ducks. Meantime, Iktomi's trying to motion for that coyote to get out of there. But he gets stuck even more. And now he can't say anything because that tree branch is covering his mouth. So he's just, oh, get out of there. Those are my ducks. Hey. He's trying to say, hey, get out of there. Those are my ducks. And so this coyote looks around and says, oh, what's that? I heard something. Huh. They got quiet again. Yes, the coyote said, gee, these ducks are really good. Well, I'm really thankful for that friendly guy to leave the ducks to a stranger that might be hungry. So he just left the heads and the feet and the bones. Everything else was gone. And so here suddenly the wind picked up and then Iktomi fell out. So he got out and he ran down. And all that was left was duck heads and duck feet and the bones. All the meat is gone. And so Iktomi says, you see, he's really hungry. He didn't eat all day long. So he starts to eat the duck heads and the duck feet. And he says, this is the best part, he says. It's like what they call sour grapes. When something bad happens to you, and then you say, no, I like it. No, this is better. You try to act like you're in a better situation when really you're not. They call that sour grape. So this is what Iktomi's doing. He's saying, oh, these duck heads taste good. Oh, these duck feet taste good. This is the best part of the duck. Whoever left the head and the feet is really dumb, he said. Yeah, see, he's trying to come out on top still somehow. So after he gets done eating the duck heads and the duck feet, he walks away. And he's just an off guy and carrying a bag of songs. And see, that part of the story is supposed to be careful. There's people like that. They're going to say all kinds of wonderful things to get your attention. And some of them are going to really be amazing things. And you better be careful because if you give them all your attention, they're going to take from you. They're going to take something that you really need. They're going to trick you. Like, for example, somebody is saying, hey, I got a credit card here, and you don't even have to pay interest for the first 6 months, and then the remaining 6 months of that first year, the interest percent is just 3%. And then after that first year is over, it goes back to normal percent. They don't even tell you what normal is. They just say normal as if it's still a good thing. So then you sign the contract. Yeah, that's cool, yeah. So it goes as planned, but when that first year is over, you look at your credit card bill and it turns out that your interest rate is 39%. They tricked you. See, they gave you an offer that's too good to be true. That's the Iktomi tactic. That's why you're supposed to be wary of that. Just because somebody makes it sound good doesn't mean it's good. It's just like these used car salesmen that buy these lemons, and I don't mean the fruit, but these cars that there's something wrong with them for eternally. It don't matter what you do to it. It doesn't matter how many new parts you have for that car. It's always going to break down. There's something wrong. That's called a lemon. And so you're always going to be buying parts for that car all the time. All the time. As long as you keep that car, you're going to be buying parts for it. But when you go to a used car dealer and he's going to really clean up that car and have that new car smell on the inside and nice shiny paint job and tires look really nice and everything like that. And then he say, yeah, take it for a test drive. Because this car is guaranteed to drive good for maybe a month. Then after that, it's going to die. And then if you want to keep it going, you end up paying several $1,000s for the repair. And then it works for about a month and then something else goes wrong. And you're constantly repairing that car. And within 1 year, maybe you've paid like $7,000 worth of repairs on that car. You might as well have bought a good car for $7,000. See what I mean? So these used car salesmen, that would be like the way Iktomi was talking to these ducks and telling these ducks that he has songs in the bag. See? That's what it's teaching. To be careful. And see, Iktomi tried to trick the ducks and he ended up getting tricked himself. And the silly things that he was doing too, telling those trees to stop fighting and then trying to stop their fighting by standing between them. And then the next thing you know, the wind stops and it traps him between the trees. And then he loses his cooked ducks to the coyote that he tried to chase away because he was stingy. He didn't want to share his ducks, so he lost them. See, that's all kinds of concepts that it's teaching here. And at the same time, the story is funnier than hell. There's a lot of stories like this. They're just silly.
Once upon a time I loved you, I worshipped you. Your true colors unveiled the real you. I was
thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video. I really, really appreciate it. And if you would like to send a special thanks in support of this channel, look at the bottom of this video where the title is, and right under that, where it says like, dislike, and share, right in that area, slide it towards the left, and you will see the symbols change, and then you will see a heart-shaped button that says thanks on it. If you would like to click on there to send your thanks of support, I would really appreciate it, as I really do enjoy making these videos and speaking with you and spending some time with you. So again, thank you very much for listening. To learn more about Lakota spirituality, I have written a book called Wichocha Otechike. This book also includes Lakota star knowledge information. All the videos that I make, which are about Lakota spirituality, Lakota star knowledge, and cultural information, are based on this book. This book costs 99 American dollars. This price includes the shipping cost as well as a tracking number. And to learn more about Lakota language, I have written a Lakota language book called Chante Etanha Owoglake, Speaking from the Heart. And all my Lakota language videos are based on this book. This book costs 119 American dollars. This price includes the shipping cost as well as a tracking number. I also teach online, and I give spiritual consultations as well. If you are interested in any of my services and products, you can send payment via PayPal to my email address, which is hehaka7@yahoo.com. That's HEHAKA, the number 7, @yahoo.com. When you send your payment, please include your shipping address and your email address. Ho, Lila Pilamaelo. Thank you very much. In the Lakota way, everything is circular. As a result, we do not have a word for goodbye in the Lakota language. And so instead we say until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha Ake. And I will catch you in the next video.